Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are here on YouTube on today, first day on. Yes. Well, first day where everybody is on, and we're not on Facebook, and we're not on other channels. And I put it on Instagram today. I said all the family is in one place starting on today. So welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Candace, and this is my husband, Raymond. He don't know his name, Raymond. And we are the dynamic duo of the Couples Lounge. And this is our show, and we do this every Saturday from 9 to 10 Central Standard Time. And this is a show that's all about love, marriage, and relationships. Ain't nobody doing it like us.
Because they ain't us.
And so, yes. We gonna give you something to talk about. Something to talk about in your relationship. Something to talk about with your homegirls and your homeboys. This one. So let me go on and finish the announcements and all of that. We are relationship coaches. So if you find yourself in a marriage that is unloving, y'all are unhappy, y'all need some support, then y'all can get at us on Facebook, the Couples Lounge, or our individual page, Candace. Hey, Gina. Our Instagram, whatever. You can contact us, reach out. Or you can go to www.calendly.com/we-will-win. So that's what we're doing. And I'm going to give a few more minutes for the people to come in. And I know on YouTube, y'all, we can't play no music, so I ain't going to be able to be up in here and, jamming and all of that. So it is what it is. Hey, Tyra. Good morning. Watching from Dubai. I need to put that on my to-do list to get on over there to Dubai. I've heard it is so beautiful. In my meditation this morning, y'all, I saw myself in the mountains, in my hotel. The doors open to the pool area, and the pool was that, what do you call them pools that run over? Them infinity pools. That's where I saw myself in these pictures that he used to send me all the time to this location. So I see myself going there and being there. Hey, Keisha. All right, y'all. So we're going to be talking about narcissist behavior. Are you in a relationship with somebody that's a narcissist? Are you dating somebody that's a narcissist?
That's hot.
Talk to the people, baby.
What up, though?
That's it.
What up, though?
All right. So, hey, Crystal. So we're gonna get into it on this morning, y'all. This is, how when it comes to change, like I'm in a moment right now, but I'm gonna be all right. I guess it's the shifting over. We'll get in a groove, but the change is new, and I finally made the crossover, the switch. So, narcissist behavior. So this I'm gonna tell y'all now, this is a beginning introduction of this. Like I said, when we decided to do it, it was like, what is it? Because I've been hearing it for probably about a year now about narcissism, and I'm like, okay, this keep coming up. And so for me, I feel like it's a hot topic right now. It's a trending word.
Before we do, can I get a definition of what it is? It is a disorder in which a person has an inflated sense of self-importance. A person in which has an inflated sense of self-importance. What I find troubling, they said it's mostly found in men.
I don't find that troubling.
Because I disagree with it. I don't believe that's mostly found in men.
Man, that's across the board. Everything that I watch.
Self-importance. Women don't feel that way.
Not like y'all do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I definitely believe it's more so men. I definitely believe that.
I don't know about that.
And for what I couldn't get with is it being a disorder. I disagree with it being a disorder. Like, I believe it is a trait. It is a combination of traits. It's a characteristics of somebody. And something else that I was looking at that I heard a lady say, that the person can't change. I feel like everybody can change, but I feel like they gotta want to. What was an aha for me in reading is that some people feel like they can love the person into changing. And that I don't agree. You can't love somebody into changing. They gotta want to change. So let's get into it. So the characteristics of somebody that is a narcissist, like he said, the trait is primarily the highest percentage is shown in men. Can some women
a woman wrote that?
No, that is facts.
The woman wrote that.
And so they feel this sense of entitlement.
Miss Gamble, don't you start.
They feel they gaslight. Gaslight is a word that I've been trying to get a better understanding about it. So gaslighting is this, y'all.
What is
it is basically when somebody tries to make you not believe in your own reality. Like you saying, well, I feel this way. Well, you shouldn't feel this way. Gaslighting is making you doubt your own reality, making you feel like you crazy. Like you go to them and you say, well, you told me this or you said this. And they like, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. So like, what? Like, and you know for a fact, like at first you might be like, am I tripping? Did I not hear it? But then it becomes a behavior, or you find yourself in that situation over and over again. And this is what, okay, something else that a person gaslighting you, they're trying to make you think you said something or you didn't say something. And so what I was watching, the lady said, you will know a sign of you being in a relationship with somebody that's possibly gaslighting you if you get to a point where you feel like you got to record y'all conversations.
Oh, wow.
I was like, wow. So if you're in situations where you feel like I need to start recording what we're saying, you might be being gaslit. I don't even know if that's a word, but gaslighting. Nietzsche said, my ex is definitely a narcissist, very manipulated and bolted sense of self. Okay. They have rage. They have anger. They are jerk. That's why they was like, this shouldn't be something that's in the DSM, because you can't cure somebody being a jerk. That's not a disorder. I did and still do record conversations with him. Okay. The lack of empathy, like special treatment. They want special treatment, but they don't want to give it to nobody else. They only want to hang around with people on my level, like everybody else is beneath me type of deal. So what do you have for some of yours?
Lack of empathy. You pretty much said it. The vast majority of people not understanding how others feel. For narcissists, I said it right, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Narcissists, people does not have empathy. If they're having a terrible day, the narcissist is unlikely to sympathize and may not even understand why you are sad.
Okay, another one.
Conversations hugger. Often want to dominate the conversation. They often want the conversation to be about their favorite subject, themselves. They love to tell you all about their achievement and will give you no opportunity to talk about anything else. How in the hell is that ain't about a woman?
That's not.
Wow.
Only want to, that's an inflated personality. You seeking attention. Conversation hogger is somebody who, I need all the attention on me. I don't care about nobody else. I ain't worried about nobody else. You need to give me the attention, or think that they have people are who, what
right
they are because of them. Like they just want to take all the achievement, all the accolades. It's about me. Put the spotlight on me. They superficial. Like on the outside, they all look good. They look good, but on the inside, y'all, a narcissist is really empty. And that's why they pulling from everything else and why they can't relate. They empty on the inside, and some of them probably ain't even aware of it. Definitely if they somebody that want to keep themselves going out and about, and they never take the time to just be with themselves. And so just in that in itself, they don't know how to just be. They always got to be doing, or they always, out in the public, or you go somewhere, they the, life of the party. And I know this kid, when I was reading some of the some of the traits, it was like, but these are traits that this can just be, isolated situations with people. That doesn't make them a narcissist. It's when it's a combination of these things. So like the things that we've read, if they can relate to maybe like 6 of them, like they found like 6 of these is them. They feel entitled, they gaslighting, they got rage, they lack empathy, they have that inflated personality, they don't know how to regulate their emotions. If all of those traits apply to them, you may be dealing with a narcissist. When they don't know how to regulate their emotions, they throw tantrums. Yes, adult men and women can throw temper tantrums as a grown person, and it looks almost like a kid when they don't get what they want.
But hold on, we got to be careful. I think too many times people are going to place that label on you, and you may not be, because
that's why I said you got to have multiple. And I do believe it's being thrown up so much.
It's fashionable to label somebody that way now, I think.
Yeah, but you got to have several of those characteristics to label them that. And another thing, not regulating their emotions, is they get angry when things don't go their way.
And again,
baby, that's established that it has to be multiple traits, not isolated.
I wasn't going to say that. Okay. Relax. How the hell y'all gonna put this on me? And everything I'm hearing it got women written all over it to say majority. And I'm not saying men or not. Please do not misunderstand.
Do you want to keep going back and trying to rehash and make it about the woman and not about the man, or we're gonna talk about narcissism being a man's thing?
What the hell? What? First of all, I ain't gonna keep rehashing it. I'm just saying to just put that all on us.
The majority of it.
Yeah,
it can be women.
I agree. Yeah, we know that.
No. Women are, first of all, more in tune with our emotions. We know how to express ourselves. Y'all don't express yourself. Y'all hold it all in.
Y'all have a sense of importance.
He want to make this is not what this show is about. Trying to make it. This ain't us. This is the majority of it. It's me. Hey, Chris. So we're talking about being narcissists. Yes, Tyra. They are it is an insecurity. Hypersensitive to criticism, but they can dish it out. You can dish out the criticism. You can point out everything, but you can't take the criticism. Jealousy, not loyal, cheating, basically. And so, what else do you have? Talk about some other
just go. I don't even know, but hey, rule breaking.
Okay.
Did you see that? Narcissists tend to think they are above normal people, and this includes the rule that others are expected to adhere to. This includes social rules such as waiting for your turn, as the narcissist seems to think such rules are in place only for other people to abide by. Most serious rules such as speed limits are often broken. For example, the narcissist gets to their destination on time, far more important than others to think. You can also expect them to try to have others to agree to include them with the rules. They like to feel that they are assured that they are above such petty inconvenience. You agree with that?
That was a lot. I couldn't really keep up. But they rule breakers. I believe it because it's a self-inflated personality. I ain't got to follow the rules. I can do what I want to do. Manipulating situations to work for them. Everything to try to work in my favor. Let me manipulate you. Make you think, feel, do, be something that you totally not. It's horrible. It's horrible.
When you're in a debate, debate, everyone is trying to make you feel like my side is right if we're debating or arguing. Are
you trying to relate manipulating to debating?
No, I'm not.
So why you bring debating up?
I was trying to get you to feel that they're right and you're wrong in that regard, because that was one of the characteristics. Everybody does that. If we're discussing, it don't matter whatever we discuss, stocks, politics, sports, I'm trying to get you to see my side and make you realize, man, I actually know what I'm talking about. Who don't do that?
I agree. Okay. I agree. When you having a conversation, you're trying to get people to see it your way.
Right.
But are you the person that can eventually understand?
If I'm wrong. Right.
Or even you might not be wrong. It's just two different ways of seeing it. And I feel like a narcissist never try to understand the other person's. I just want you to see what I'm saying.
Okay. And I get that. And I know people like that.
Okay.
I think we all do, actually. Everybody.
Okay. Can you read manipulation? Because I see manipulation as one of the big things that narcissists do. That I see, women talk about.
A narcissist will have little problem in manipulating people's thoughts and emotions to suit their needs. They will gladly try and influence other people's decision lives with sole purpose of benefiting themselves. They will gladly use emotional blackmail to manipulate people into doing what they want. A narcissist will also have no concerns about manipulating even people that are close to them. Spouses, siblings, parents, even children can be manipulated for self-serving gains.
That's sad. That is sad. When you get to the point where you manipulate your children, that is sad. And you trying to make your kids feel bad for something they did that made you feel bad. Like, manipulating your kids or putting your kids up to doing stuff that benefits you, like saying stuff to their parents, or you playing with your kids' mind to make them treat the parent a certain way, or you manipulating them to just make them feel bad for not doing something for you. Like that's horrible. That's horrible that you would do your kids. Your kids don't owe you nothing.
Right.
That you raising them to be an adult.
You see that a lot when it comes to in divorces, separations, custody. You see kids are getting, and this actually just a coincidence. I'm going to say this, that women do that when it comes to that. I believe more so in men when it comes to the children. And so, you agree? When it comes to the children,
I think women use the kids as pawns.
And how is that not manipulating the children? How's that?
I think manipulation can come into it, but I think they more so manipulate the men using the kids, but not necessarily I'm gonna manipulate you as my child. So that's just my point on that. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, getting out of that relationship is not gonna be pretty. Because one thing, you are leaving them, and they don't want you to leave. They might not even really want to be with you. But they don't want you leaving them because that means that they failed. So you can be in a relationship with them, and they know I don't really want to be in this relationship. Yeah, you can move on, but I just don't want you to leave me. And if I get ready to leave you, then that's cool. But I don't want you to leave me. So get ready for that. Ending of that relationship is not going to be easy. If you're going through a divorce, more than likely it's going to be ugly. If you got to do something with your kids, more than likely they're going to involve your kids. And, I'm going to tell you the people that I've heard were narcissists when I saying this word start coming up for people that you may know. So they said Martell from Love and Marriage Huntsville is a narcissist. I definitely can see when I read all yes, Nisha, it can be dangerous. When leaving a narcissist. Because you will find yourself, they call it being in a narcissistic abusive relationship.
Okay.
Like narcissist is a form of abuse, and I can definitely see it, just like physical abuse.
Right.
Because some of that abuse is in that type of relationship.
Right.
It may not be physical, but it can very well be mental, verbal,
right.
Emotional abuse along with that. But when I think about Martell, like him, I'm gonna use him for an example, y'all.
Okay.
For him not to own up that, yeah, I cheated, I slept with somebody else, and owning that and standing in it, instead of him owning it, he's trying to make Melody look bad. Like when you basically Melody stopped sexually doing stuff with him, I think it was the oral sex. I don't know that to be true because they kind of took out some of the words when she was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of just acknowledging what you did, you're blaming it on her for you doing it. Never, and maybe he has acknowledged that. I know they edit the show and all of that stuff,
right.
but it's constantly like, well, because you did this, that's why I did this. Or him wanting to still stay and feel like she should stay with him despite what he has done to her. Then he made a video with his kids in the car talking about hey mama.
How old are the kids though? Are they old enough to hear it?
Yeah, they understand it. And you can tell his kids are looking like daddy, like his son was looking like this in the back. And he going in on her brother, and that's manipulating the kids. Like, so what daddy teach y'all? Daddy taught y'all how to swim. Daddy taught y'all. I teach my kids stuff, and that is him trying to make himself feel good.
Right.
And he you bringing your kids, and it was so sad to watch. And I posted it on our Facebook page. And so, how do you know if you're in a relationship, or because I want this to be a beginning show, it's like laying out the foundations, because honestly, I want to continue to learn more about it. So a narcissist is not born. Narcissists are made. They are the byproduct of parenting.
Oh.
The byproduct of parenting. And the thing about it is, a parent can have very, very good intentions and be considered a good parent and still, yes, Tyra, they are going to need therapy. Absolutely.
Those kids.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Kids that are involved with parents that are in abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Those kids are, and definitely if they witness it. And the fact of the matter is they did witness it, and they are involved in it if you were involved in it. And if you were pregnant with them and you was going through a whole bunch of unhealthy stuff, you already started putting that in them.
Right.
Them patterns and all of that stuff is already in them. That's why they always tell pregnant women you try to be stress-free as possible, because your kids feel all of that.
Yeah.
And so how are these narcissists made? They said the lady that I was watching said they are the product of simultaneously overindulging and underindulging in a kid. And I think it's more to it, but I'm gonna stick right there for it at first right now. And so basically you give them accolades or applause only when they achieve. When you do good, woo, 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 I'm that parent out there. I'm taking pictures. I'm posting
That's
you.
A good thing.
I'm doing all of this.
Great thing.
I'm making sure that your life look fabulous. So I'm buying the clothes. When we step out, we gonna look good. No matter what that chaos look like in the house, it's full of chaos in the house. But when we step out, ain't nobody gonna know what we going through. You gonna look good. You gonna look, fabulous. That's working.
Okay.
And then you're focused truly on appearance, what we look like on the outside.
Yeah, that's what you focus on. That's the problem.
And I think it goes back to like things that you say, like, wait, look, or people say I wouldn't think that looking at them on the outside, you would think that relationship is the bomb.
Right.
They putting on this.
Okay.
When we step out, we gonna look prim and proper, no matter what's going on
and see, I'm
in our house.
Physical, like I want my kids to dress nice, look
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, this the outside.
Right.
You're focused on external,
Right.
the external, and not taking care of the internal. But we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Okay.
Another thing of a parent overindulging. Oh, we're gonna have the best vacations. But listen, from an inflated personality. Ain't nobody doing it like us. You know, we traveling here. They going just to in the city, baby. We travel here, we go there. Inflated.
You see that a lot on social media. At least I do. I see people do that and kind of throw shots at people for doing this staycations and going here and doing that. Like, y'all still doing that, but I'm over here. We over here. It's like, why would you? I've never understood why would you kind of throw jabs at somebody. They having a good time. They doing what they do. Why are you worried about it? But that's me.
And so also you telling your kids you the best one on the team. Can't nobody and it ain't nothing wrong with telling your kids that, you know,
right.
I think it's the intention. Let me say that so I don't have to keep trying to clarify the difference in the two.
Because you can do that and have good intention.
Right. But it's like you the best one on the team. Can't nobody this. So you just making your kid, you just pumping them. But the other side of that is when you at the house, but you ain't got no time for them. When you ain't on show. At the house, when your kids need you to listen to them, you don't take the time to listen to them. You're not listening to their heart. You don't listen to their feelings.
Hold on, girl. You preaching right now.
You're not present. Whether it's, I talk about reasons.
I've seen fathers who, when you're or do greatest husband, greatest father, and then when you don't see them and they ain't in front of people, ain't never with his wife. Ain't never with. Like, wait a minute. You really don't like her. Why are you acting like?
Because I'm on show and I need to look good.
Okay.
I need you to think right here that we a unit. We match. We wear the same type of clothes, colors. We coordinate.
I know a lot. Man,
but
they might be watching right now.
So also, and so you seem like the parent that don't care, and that starts being confusing to a kid because.
I can see that.
But when we out and about, mama. You know, it's this, that, and the other. Is woo. You know, you taking pictures. You look at my baby this, but when we at home, I try to talk to you. You don't want to talk to me.
Or you're not at home.
That part. Are they asking you stuff like, well, mama or daddy, can we have game night? And you like, I ain't got time for that. Right. When you in the house, you ain't got time for them. So now, can you see how the stuff we read before show up? Because
you have school,
being raised, I was just taught to be focused on me. Look at the outside. I ain't got no substance inside.
I thought you was talking about you saying that. I was like, what the hell? No.
And also, they are also watching you, how you act when you go out. Are you going to the restaurant? Oh, we ain't got to wait. I ain't going to be the one waiting in no line. Are you acting a fool when you go out, when you don't get stuff your way? So, because kids learn by watching. They absorbing it all. So that's why we're saying narcissists are made and not born.
No doubt. No doubt. Wow, you've been preaching, girl. Give me some sugar.
So when a parent isn't present, so let's get this understood, because some parents have very good intentions, but things that will cause a parent not to be present. For one, maybe your work.
Okay.
You know, a parent has to work 2 or 3 jobs. I'm working, so I'm not present that way. Substance abuse. You can't be present like you need to be present to raise your kids when you're on drugs or, alcoholic.
Right.
Your own depression. You dealing with your own stuff, so you can't be present with your kids. Like, so when you do go out, that's another thing. That just what popped in my head because I know I'm not present there, so I throw gifts. I throw out when we go out, I make sure you do good because I know when I'm at the house, I ain't present. I know I'm not there for you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So I just throw money I throw money at you.
Oh,
I throw money at you.
Dang.
You having financial issues, so you're not present.
Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead.
And then your own mental issues that you're dealing with. That's why it's so important for parents when you are having your own stuff,
right,
that you go and get counseling and therapy, because if you don't heal it,
right,
your kids are going to be getting healing, their own therapy and help because of the stuff that you put on them.
Yeah, yeah.
So those are reasons that parents can't be.
Why do you think therapy is so taboo in the Black community? I think it's changing. I definitely know it's changing. Going to seek help today. But why has it always been just taboo for the Black community to get help?
I really haven't looked into that, so this is just me going off of my dome with it.
Yeah, of course, I'm asking your opinion.
So going back in history,
okay,
for one, it more than likely was not a lot of African Americans. I look at it as the same as going to the doctors. You don't
trust and maybe
affordability. But I think more so not trusting, because this is my belief. Yes, you can go to somebody of the opposite race. But when you are going deep and you're experiencing certain things in life, you got to be able to have somebody that can relate to that. So if you look at my passion as anger, you're not going to be able to support me accurately if you think I am angry when I'm just being passionate in certain ways, or when I'm making references of, you know, how we just have our own type of lingo. And then I just think that in the Black community, because of all the stuff happening in the world, we are family. We deal with our stuff inside. You talk here because we can't trust. We can't trust people on the outside.
People in the house.
Yeah, and it's like, and it makes you look weak. Huge. We had this thing, it make us look weak.
Right.
When we in a community in the world where we gotta be so strong, because of everything that's going on. So I think that's why it was a taboo, that it made us feel weak.
I saw a meme, if you will, where it told a little boy, "Shut up crying. You quit being so weak and emotional." Then it showed the same boy as a grown man. What's wrong with you? Why won't you open up and he's basically not wanting to talk and want to do the things that he is needed because he was told not to as a boy.
And just imagine with the whole slavery thing, or when we was where you can't go there. And we ain't gonna stay on this too long. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Couples Lounge. This is your first time. My name is Candace, and this is my husband Ramon. And the Couples Lounge show is where we talk about love, marriage, and relationships. And so I think about, just to jump on that, and then we're going to be back on the narcissist thing for as counseling. Imagine they not want you to talk. You're not allowed to talk. You just work. We better not hear you talking. That's how counseling is, talking through your problems.
Right.
And so if for so long you was made to be quiet, it's abnormal. And
I hate to say this, I'm guilty.
That's what I say.
Of doing that to my son when he was young. What you crying for? Stop crying over, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think I was wrong in some regards. In some regards, yes. Some instances, yeah, what the hell you crying for, boy? And then some, I should have allowed him to express himself. But at the same time, that's a thin line for a dude. I don't want you crying over little bitty stuff. Shut up, boy. Nah, I don't mean it like that.
So, narcissist, are you dating one? How to know the signs? If you're married to one and you like, oh my God.
He may have signs or she may have signs, but that don't mean they are.
We're talking about being with a narcissist. Yes. So if they have at least like 6 of those, we basically took the 6 that were most common talked about. So if they had all of them, more than likely they could be considered a narcissist.
Right.
So this is how it happens to you. They like when you start dating, they whining and dining.
For me, it's one of the characteristics.
Yeah, they giving you flowers, but that's all about them. They just want you to see how. Hey, let me show you how I am. They ain't got nothing to do with really trying to love you and appreciate you. All that giving is so you can see the type of person I am. See what I got. Let me show you what I got, what I come with. So they whine and dine you. So the first 6 weeks, 3 months is amazing. You probably seen red flags, but that what you felt like was love, like, oh yes, yes, yes. And then after that, they got you now, it's done, and you will spend the rest of your time in that relationship trying to get those 3 months, that first experience back.
Right.
And so it reminded me of, I ain't never did no crack cocaine, but I've heard people talk about how once you get that first high, you keep chasing that, but you never get that back.
Right.
And in those relationships, you continue chasing it, and it's like, I want that person back. That person when I first met him, when he was doing this, you ain't getting that back, because that was about them.
Wow, baby.
Just showing you.
Man, you teaching right
making themselves feel good is what they were doing.
I can see how a lot of people who become rich later on in life becomes a narcissist. Especially if they have a job.
They've been a narcissist. It's just,
no, I believe how getting a lot of money. Now I got a bunch of yes people, and now my ego has inflated through the roof.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
But
it was already there. They say money just show you who you really are.
Or it can totally change a person. Give a broke person some money now all of a sudden, and then everybody think he's important. He may not have felt that way at the beginning because he was broke and unimportant. Now that I'm rich and important, now I gotta
act like that.
Yes, okay. I can see that.
I give you that. Okay. So then when you're chasing that first high from that relationship, that'll cause you to be in that relationship for a year. It'll cause you to be in a relationship longer than what you need to, because you're still trying to get that back. Because, it might be something.
Y'all love us so much, our lie will become the truth.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
That is crazy.
Ooh.
So these are just my notes. So y'all, I'm just gonna hit on these, and they're not necessarily in any order.
Question real quick before you do it. I got a question. If a woman is in a relationship like that, do you think it's difficult for some other people to try to pull her away and open her eyes?
Absolutely.
Even if she's aware, okay, I'm half scared of this man, but you think it's still hard for a family member, something like if a father, hey, baby girl, what the hell?
Yeah, that's hard to pull people away that ain't dealing with no narcissist. That's just in a relationship that they have attached themselves to.
Okay.
And I think people in those situations, it's a lot of confusion that's present for the person. They have their own anxiety from being in it. They're confused because it's like, I know I shouldn't be here. I know what I'm seeing, but then they have this total. It's like they're in a inner battle within themselves. People that are in these relationships with these people. Some of the things that you may deal with while you in that relationship, you confused. You got anxiety.
Okay.
You got some sadness and depression. You got anger.
Okay.
You constantly thinking about what they doing. For one, they making you feel crazy. So it's like you in this constant thought pattern of what is going on, why they acting like this, why they treat me like this. You feel powerless and helpless. You feel like you got to walk on eggshells around them because they can't take criticism, but they can dish it out. So you're like, oh my God, I don't want to say this. I don't want to do that because I don't want to set them off because of whatever reason. They devalue you. Speak it like make you feel like trash. Like all of that is like signs, and I feel like they can't get out because for one, if you done stayed into it, now your heart done got into it. You got to be very strong and you got to be willing to do your own work. And this lady was like, a narcissist is not going to change. So, this was something powerful.
What?
Justification.
Okay.
Will keep you in unhealthy and toxic relationships. I was like, you want to justify his behavior.
That's scary.
Or you justify it to your kids. Well, daddy just like that. You trying to justify the bad behavior when he like that because you're trying to give yourself reasons to stay when you know you need to go.
You helping some people today.
You know you need to go. It's not healthy. So think in your mind that they are not going to change. Your love ain't gonna make them change. None of that.
That's just who they are.
So you got to do this. If you choose to stay with a narcissist, you're going to have to get yourself some counseling, ongoing counseling, so you can be able to deal with them. You're going to have to surround yourself with healthy, positive people and relationships. Where my other little notes at that I had on here? You're going to have to basically just surround yourself in goodness to try to balance that out, because you're going to make your own self go crazy. If you don't do your own work on yourself. They cause you to doubt yourself. And I said this earlier. They make you feel like you're alone when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, because it's all about them. It's all about them. It make you question yourself. You will lose yourself in a relationship with a narcissist. You'll find yourself trying to change who you are to hopefully cause a change in their behavior. Yeah, that right there. I'm gonna try to change who I am, and hopefully he'll stop being like that. Or hopefully he'll move and get what I'm saying. So everything he say you trying to be. You will never mount up to it. You will never amount up to it. And they constantly make you feel like you're not enough. You're not enough. Dang. And I can see, can you imagine being in a relationship and you operating like that?
No, I couldn't do it. Ain't nowhere in hell you can put me through that and I'm staying.
Every day?
Imagine, now could you imagine a child being put through that by a parent? Imagine that. A child could make them doubt this. A parent could make their kids feel all of that. All of that. Now, what is that going to do to the child growing up? What kind of trauma is that putting on the child? We're talking about relationships, but as a child, that's even more scary.
And it goes back to childhood. So
I can see how this can be mostly men. Now, I can see that now. I can see that.
Praise the Lord. So, and that goes back again to childhood. But the thing about it is, you got to get understand. That person has to get their own work. I don't want to say they will never change.
You can I don't want to say
that. But they have to be
hard.
We'll say that. Counseling. They got to have that support. They got to be able to reach out. They're going to have to basically see themselves first and acknowledge it. And some people can acknowledge that they are. And so when they get in this situation, they got to be able to reach out to their counselor, their coach, their therapist to say, okay, I'm in this situation. Help me. What do I need to do? Because they don't know. But and then women stop. And women got this bad feeling like we can save our man and we can. Maybe we can just say or do something.
Love is enough. My love is from where he'll change.
He gotta want to change. He gotta want to change. So, and when you start if you're in a relationship with these people, when you start setting boundaries, or you choose to leave them, like they might have been totally disengaged in this relationship.
I done cheated 1,000. I got 18 women pregnant.
And I just be doing me. I don't care about you. I ain't even cheated on nobody, but I'm doing me.
I done put my hands on you.
I'm just out and about doing whatever. I ain't even focused on you. But soon as you get ready to leave me, now we got a problem. No.
I don't even think a man has to be a narcissist for that, to be honest with you. We can dish it out, but the moment y'all do or you try, we want our cake and eat it too, majority of the time.
And so then they start,
just worse.
They suck you back in by telling you what you want to hear, by start whining and dining you again. No, I don't want you to leave. No, I want this to work. But they mouth saying one thing and their actions is totally different. So now they saying whatever. Now you got that little glimpse of hope. Okay, maybe he's ready. And so he don't romantically want you.
No,
he don't want you.
I don't want you with another brother.
I just don't want you to leave me.
I don't want you
that's gonna make me look bad. It goes back to them how they gonna look. They don't really want to be with you.
Okay, yeah, that's a narcissist.
They don't want to be with you.
Normally, a dude just don't want you with another.
Yeah, they don't want to be with you.
Right.
So now you feel a little bit loved again, so you go back to their relationship, and then he go back to doing what he want to do.
Lord,
and every time you try to leave, it's a problem.
Please, Lord, don't let the baby go through this.
I said this 3 minutes ago. You try to become the person you think will change them or appease them. I'm
gonna take my daughter on a date just for this is scaring the hell out of me.
You should take on a date because y'all haven't been on a date in a while.
As much money I spent on the heifer. She wouldn't buy me 2 tacos yesterday.
That's not your child responsibility.
It don't matter. I was at the store, they bring daddy 2 tacos.
What else? When people realize and remain, wait, let me read it. What I got here? Oh, that's the justification part.
I do need to take my
you will continue to grow in dysfunction and trauma if you stay with a person that's a narcissist.
Yeah.
You just stand with them and you trying to deal with it, you trying to figure it out, you are traumatizing yourself.
Yeah.
So not only are they traumatizing you, you're traumatizing yourself when you do that.
Wow, that's real.
What would you say? And like, y'all, this is really, really a deep subject. Like I want to continue to explore it.
Right.
Because I definitely feel like this show, as well as, couples, since we work with couples, we speak, it's definitely something good to really have a good grasp and understanding on it.
Let's say a narcissist is watching this and hearing this right now. How do you think they feel? How do you think they respond to hearing this right now?
I ain't no narcissist. First, they don't even realize we're talking to.
But if we're saying they gotta understand, I do this. Do you think they peep? Okay, this is something I do. This is something
I would say they will peep things like I might not be empathetic, but
the majority they're not gonna get the meat
but they
of
ain't gonna peep that.
Okay.
I make somebody else feel this way, or I ain't no jerk. I ain't nobody that's hard to deal with, or I ain't the problem, not me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they gonna feel that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I don't even think they gonna see. They also said Derrick Jackson, that guy that.
But see, I never watched it. I heard people say
a narcissist for the simple fact, like he couldn't even admit really what he was doing. He was doing it, but it was all about business. His business.
Yeah, he was trying to save his livelihood. Somebody said, I think Charlamagne might have said, this dude's gonna have to go get a job now. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to get a job. He can't do what he's been doing.
But
now.
you're getting on TV on stuff saying that me and my wife is working it out, and you're still sleeping with people last week. But we getting better. Our marriage, we going to counseling. We working on us. But you still sleeping with people. What?
No. I don't even want to discuss
that's crazy. That is crazy.
A punk anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy. So this is my somebody should have told me, and I did hit on it earlier.
What's that?
If you're going to stay in this type of relationship, you got to realize what you are doing to yourself and what you are doing to your children. If you have kids in a situation, understanding that we gave y'all some red flags.
Yes.
A little bit of how that person is.
No doubt.
Pay attention to the flags. I seen that, but maybe not. You better go with your intuition.
Right.
You better go with that Holy Spirit and what it's telling you and what's trying to show you. And Mun didn't even hit on all the ones that he had over there, their desire for control.
I disagree, Kelly. Curtis, he said all men are narcissists. I believe all men have some characteristics, but to say that they are,
it was like 70 to 80% of men. 80% of narcissists are men.
Right. I definitely could see how people can say men are. I would totally disagree, and I was trying to say most women are, but I definitely see how most men are. But to say all of us are 8, 9 out of 10, no, not at all. Now the hugging the conversation, okay. The lack of empathy, I'm not feeling. False image of I ain't feeling that. Strive the charming, yeah.
Strive for perfection. I don't think that.
Either. I don't see that either. Desire control. Yeah, you can definitely see that. The blame, hit and miss.
I wouldn't say all men are definitely. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't even say. Well, I don't know.
I have empathy. I don't have a sense of importance. I know I'm somewhat crazy. So I definitely not feeling that. The rule breaking, yeah, that's boys. Striving for perfection now. And so I don't know.
Trust me.
Desire for control. I don't desire to control.
It is not no narcissist abuse going over here. That's some of the stuff, like you say, some of the stuff, yeah. And I don't believe
we all got some characteristics, no doubt.
Yeah, I definitely believe.
I think all women have characteristics of narcissists. All women have characteristics of it as well.
So the thing about it is it the majority of who you are? Are you the majority of those things?
Right.
Is what will consider you to be a narcissist.
Yeah.
If you choose to stay in an unhealthy relationship, a toxic relationship, you can no longer justify their behavior. You can go ahead and just accept it that I'm choosing to stay in a relationship with a narcissist. Right. Somebody who devalues me, somebody who makes me feel less than, somebody that makes me question myself. I choose to stay in a relationship with somebody that makes me feel alone. I choose to stay in a relationship that brings me anxiety, confusion, and stress. I choose to stay in a relationship with somebody that makes me doubt myself. I choose to stay in a relationship where I am invalidated. Don't justify it. Speak it and say what you are choosing to do. And then you need to figure out, how can I balance this? I'm choosing to stay. So do I need to get my own therapy? Not should I need to get my own therapy.
Right. How to handle it.
I need to take care of myself, make sure I have some self-care, make sure I develop healthy relationships with other people, and that I have realistic expectations.
Right.
If you choose to stay, but justifying their behavior, well, it's just him. I know how he was as long as you justify it, you sure ain't gonna get no changes out of him.
Right.
So that's just somebody should have told me.
Saying all of that, that's a woman that's gonna cheat. That brother is gonna push her in the arms of somebody else.
And
long term, big picture, majority of the women, he's going to push her into the arms of somebody else if she's not afraid of her life. He's going to push her in the arms of somebody else.
And I would say,
if it continues, how could it not?
And I would say for me, it would, and that's a reality that will happen. But I pray that person wakes up and choose to say, I love myself more, and my kids. If I have kids, I love my kids more. I'm not gonna keep putting them. Definitely, if you're not gonna choose to do your own work and because we all got our own stuff,
right?
But you got to be willing to choose to do something about what is going on,
right?
But I would say not even the cheating would even be my big thing is you losing your entire family because you choose not to. Choose to operate like that.
Yeah, and they're losing themselves. And when you lose yourself like that, it can easily find yourself in another woman's or another man's arms. When you have lost yourself like that. Here comes
this. Talking about the person that's being abused by the narcissist?
Yes. You're gonna have to vent to somebody. You get to talking to them and they're saying, you didn't probably plan on it. But boom, you're already feeling alone. You don't have a sense of worth to do that. I mean, how does it not? It can easily, and it can happen without you even trying.
And I was gonna read something, y'all, and there's some people. I was reading some comments on YouTube where some people was like, how they. I just want to give some success stories because I don't want people to feel like you gotta stay in those type of relationships because they are definitely unhealthy.
For sure.
This one person says, I'm in the process of leaving my narcissist. This is a boyfriend right now. what this says, narcissist people always appear to be sweet to other people, but behind closed doors, they are monsters.
Oh, wow.
Every time they hurt you and you let them know, they will make you feel like it's your fault and that you deserved it. Or they will try and make you feel like you deserved it. They never genuinely apologize for anything. They are repeat offenders. They feel entitled. They don't respect boundaries. They escape responsibilities, and they are very dangerous people to be around. That's why I feel like it's not all, that's not all men right there.
No.
Because it is some men that genuinely feel bad for the things of how they made their wife feel, and they choose to change, or their girlfriend. And they don't make you feel like their actions were your fault. I don't think, the majority of men do that.
Man, I just saw a video of a boyfriend and girlfriend went out to eat, and the boyfriend bringing over like, come see right here, and she wrote that note.
I think they said that was a skit, but I still believe that's reality.
So that was fake.
That's what just me reading the comments was like it was fake.
Okay.
This one said they would use comments like this: "Can we just move on from this?" When they haven't even apologized or explained their action yet. They don't want to feel bad. They don't want you bringing no heat on them. They don't want to look at themselves.
Right.
That shows. It says for every. Oh no, not that one. I don't want to read that. When I told my narcissist ex, I feel hurt about what he said. He would say, "You just want to make me feel guilty. You are manipulating me."
Oh wow.
And it happens, y'all. I'm telling you, this is it's not a coincidence that this keeps being put in my lap. Some is telling me we're about to get on a road of dealing with couples in situations. Like I said, this came to me like in 2019. So all of 2020, I just kept hearing it and hearing it. Right. And of course, I'm just now really addressing it and going into it. But I think a lot of people really start realizing it when COVID shut down, that what they was really dealing with, because it was no longer we just moving. We really got to look at our relationships, and I think that's why it really started.
Things got bad when we got shut down. I have a sister that works for CPS, and she was like, it was very bad at that time for couples and parenting and all that. I could see that though, because we're forced. Because remember. Last March, when you were forced to stay at home. Yeah. You were forced to stay at the crib for the most part.
Yeah. This says, I remember I used to record my ex all the time when he would throw his tantrums. And one time I played one back for him so he could hear exactly how disgusting he would talk to me. Woke up the next day to find him that he had deleted all the voice memos out of my phone, because I was psycho for keeping evidence of him treating me the way he did.
Wow.
Like, y'all, I would say being with a narcissist, just hearing, like, definitely those that are extreme, you are in an abusive relationship. And he might not be putting his hands on you.
Right.
But
abuse come in many different forms.
That right there. I ain't even got to say nothing else. That right there.
Wow. Dang, that's scary, dude.
Very.
Dang.
Very.
Man, Lord, please. I'm going to jail if you mess with my daughter like that.
Just understand, if we've said something today and you realize that you are in a narcissist, abusive relationship, if you are not married,
right?
I say, Tyra, exactly. I say run.
Yeah.
I almost want to say, because abuse for me is a no, like that is the reason I feel anybody can get a divorce.
Right.
God said infidelity, but somewhere I need to go through that Bible. I'm sure you are not supposed to be in situations constantly that are toxic and unhealthy and unloving for you. God would not say stay in something like that. So when it comes to abuse in any form,
right,
married, dating, you need to get out. You need to get out.
Oh man,
because it can get so dangerous.
Yeah, it can.
If you married, yes. If you can get help, and that physical abuse,
that's a whole nother ballgame.
If you can get some help and y'all can resolve it, yes. If not, I just don't believe that you are supposed to live your life in toxicity, unhealthiness, unloving situations. I just cannot believe that God will want us to. Nuh-uh. I just don't believe that. So very dangerous situations. And if we said something today, if you need support individually, you like they refuse to go to counseling because they don't feel like nothing is wrong with them, and you realize that you better get you some counseling, life coaching, whatever. I would love to be. I'm a counselor, but I operate from the life coaching stance. So if you want your individual, then of course I would love to support you. If you feel like this is your relationship and y'all want support, then we do it as a couple together. But it's got to change, because not only is it affecting you, if you got kids,
yes, indeed,
it is affecting your children. Whether you want to believe y'all have done a very good job at hiding it.
Right.
And the thing about it is, it's those first 7 years, 7 to 8 years of what your kids experience, starting from conception.
Right.
To 7 and 8. Then once they get over 7, now they become logical and they can think. And so now they're trying to rationalize everything that they've seen, felt. They've been operating strictly off emotions right now, trying to make sense of stuff based on emotions. Like, Mama, this don't feel good.
Right.
Daddy, they're not saying, I think this, I think that. They telling you how they feel. We tell you how we feel as little kids. It's not until we start 10, 11, 12 that the thinking aspect comes into play. And you showing them how to be an adult. And they will have their own healing when they get older. All our kids will have their own healing based off of things that they experienced as kids. It's just some of it, some people go through a lot more toxicity than others, which causes their journey to be a little bit harder, so to say, more counseling, more help needed, more stuff that they have to change, the more of what they were submerged with growing up. So you got somebody should have told me moment.
Somebody should have told me moment that I didn't realize how common this was. I had no idea how I could see how it can be mostly in men and how dangerous this could be. I just thought of, as somebody who, just was stuck on themselves. And that's what I originally thought coming in. But reading about it and doing this show, it truly opened my eyes how dangerous this can be for both parts, for the person going through, for the children that's experiencing it, seeing it as well, and how dangerous it is for the person to be that way and not understand that this is me. Because if they don't realize this, wait, dang, that is me, they will continue. And even if the person they with leaves, they will eventually get with someone else and continue that cycle all over again. So it was very eye-opening. Yeah, it really was. It was.
And this, to go back, I mentioned something about justification earlier, and when you justifying their behavior, that too can be something that you learn to do just to cope as a kid, because you justified how your parents acted. So if your daddy came home angry all the time, daddy angry, he had a hard day. When we justify bad behavior growing up, again, you trying to make sense of why your daddy is treating you the way he treating you, or why your mama is treating you the way you're being treated, or you feeling like, well, they talking to me like this because I deserve it. And so you learn to justify bad behavior. So when you get in relationships with people, you continue to justify bad behaviors. It is no reason for a parent to, when you justify your daddy's anger, or they on drugs, this, that, and the other, It's understanding it, but justify, because kids feel like, well, it was me. It was how I acted. So yeah, they supposed to treat me like this. And you can raise and discipline your kids from a loving place, but for a kid to grow up and feel like I deserve to be treated like that, like no. But that's what kids, they try to make sense of it.
Right.
That they talking to me like this. They treat me like this because I deserve it. So when you grow up learning to justify or make excuses for your parent or how your parents behave, then you start justifying somebody treating you the way they treated you or is treating you.
Right.
So that's just another tip of the day. Have we made it 60 minutes. You gotta be 60 minutes. Yeah, I know. So you all have an amazing Saturday. We are I don't want to say what the topic is gonna be for next week. You just come back here next week. Tell somebody else. Make sure they subscribe. We gotta get all the family members over here. I'm glad that all of y'all came today. And I get it's a transition. So we'll be back live and popping. We didn't have all the comments like we normally do, but it's coming. Thank you for everybody that joined in, tuned in today. Like I said, we're going to give you something to talk about. So now you got something to go back. I'm going to tell you, if you're dealing with a narcissist, though, they ain't going to be ready for the conversation. You got to just focus on you right now. All right? I love y'all. We love y'all. As he say, thank y'all for rocking with us.
That ain't what I say.
Okay, say it.
Say
it, baby.
No, we rock with y'all like y'all rock with us, baby.
Okay.
Come on, man.
You gonna end it from now on
Nope.
like that?
Nope.
Pray for me. Everybody, pray for me.
What the?
Thank y'all. Bye, y'all.
Quit.